What's up, Quarter Pounders? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Wave Potter, and today I'm doing my week in review from Wave Potter Discovers, and I'm going to be talking about all the new music I listened to this week, both on Wave Potter Discovers and on this channel. But we're starting with Chai. NEO is the song, and this was a request by Soul. I really love their fun and quirky vibe. It's somewhat poppy but still mellow, and they really created a lot of unique and interesting sounds throughout the song, including a very interesting style of singing. Between the bass and guitar, they created more of a soundscape rather than some kind of riff or chord progression that drives the song. Now in the rhythm section, the bass had a nice gritty, wide tone. Nice. Which really complemented the drums, which were beefy and dry, giving a clean, punchy sound. Now Chai's drummer Yuna actually played a drum duet with the drum hero of this channel, Yoyoka. And speaking of which, the next song I heard this week was Yoyoka's song, Utopia. And this was a request from Byron. Now this was a really cool song to listen to because Yoyoka had Billy Sheehan playing bass on it. Billy Sheehan played bass on this? This is a sweet bass line. Which complemented her drums very well throughout the entire song. Also, Yukihide Takayama played guitar for this track, adding some clean, funky textures over the deep, busy, and gritty bass line. And also throwing in some really cool, intricate riffs when it was appropriate. Yoyoka, Aki, and the whole team behind this video really did such a great job. The fact that Yoyoka was able to fit in with these seasoned musicians, just total masters of their craft so well, it really speaks to her massive level of skill and professionalism, even though she was only 10 years old throughout the entire production of this video. Next we have Trident with the song Voltage, which was a request from Steve. Trident is the band that Juna used to play in, and the song was very exciting across all the instruments, but the drums definitely stole the show for me. The guitar and bass sound really cool, but the drums just are blowing me away. They're non-stop. And that does make me curious if Juna and Trident may have parted ways for that reason. A band is really a team of musicians that come together, work together to service the song, making the song the best it can be, which really requires restraint a lot of the time. You know, not stealing the spotlight, but doing whatever's best for the song. If one member's overshadowing everyone else, it might not be the best situation for the band as a whole. Now, I absolutely loved Juna's drumming in this song, but it did feel like the other instruments struggled to keep up with her energy, and there's no denying the drums were all I could really focus on. Now, I've only heard one Trident song, so I don't have a very wide frame of reference, so I'm very curious to know what you guys think of that, what you guys have to say about that. But the next song was Catharsis by BAND-MAID. What more can I say about the song that I haven't already said? My reaction and analysis to this, both the original and the acoustic version, was I think 30 minutes long, somewhere around there. But I'll just kind of sum it up. The original version, it's a perfect display of BAND-MAID's brilliant composition style, having that constant build up throughout the whole song, always adding in new elements to keep it fresh throughout. And the acoustic version really shows how much effort BAND-MAID put into creating a new, fresh experience for Masters and Princesses to enjoy. rather than making a note-for-note remake just on acoustic instruments. Psyche was able to be the featured front woman and really shine, while still having a very interesting musical arrangement supporting her. Two great examples of amazing composition. Now the next song was a cover by the band Girlfriend, and this was a request from P-Y on my website. Whoa! The song was called Flash, and it was a cover of a Perfume song. Now, this song had a really brilliant arrangement, from the voicings and tones of the different instruments to the trade-offs and harmonies of each singer's voices. Nice harmony there. And also, the drummer really displayed an interesting style with some ghost note shuffle patterns throughout, and offbeat cymbal play to really spice up the feel of the song. Oh, sweet splash on the offbeat. The guitarists also showed really great dynamics, having one a more warm and rounded overdrive tone, and the other one a more harsh and distorted sound, which really helped all the instruments sit well in the mix together. I was so excited to discover this band because I love their sound. I was sad to learn that they've already broken up. But regardless, it was a fun experience. I'll definitely be coming back to this song and checking out more from Girlfriend and their bassist, especially Mina, because I think she's still active on YouTube. The next song was Nemophila with a Maximum the Hormone cover, Shimi. Oh, there it is. And this was a request from Zampsa 1975. Now, as a noob to Maximum the Hormone and still far from well acquainted with Nemophila, I think the best way to start this particular section is to share some of your comments. Robert Turner says, no one can do Maximum the Hormone like Nemophila other than the actual Maximum the Hormone. Cats Choose. Of Nemo's covers, their Maximum the Hormone covers are by far my fave. Seeing Mayu cover all the vocal parts of 3 singers is such a treat. And interesting that they pointed this out, the super cutesy vocals were probably covering Nao's parts to differentiate them from Ryo's parts, which just really shows Mayu's level of skill, being able to differentiate tones in the same song while singing. Maximum the Hormone is such a difficult band to cover because they're constantly changing the timing and the tempo and all that stuff, but Nemophila was able to translate it very well, maintaining that goofy yet intense feel of Maximum the Hormone, even with the limitations of remote recording that they had. And how can I not mention the adorable little appearances of Murata Tam's kid, such a sweet little cameo. I honestly don't know how Murata Tam was able to focus on those crazy drums with all that going on, but she nailed it. Next is Sonic Lover Reckless with the song Phoenix, and this was another request from Steve.
Here comes the Phoenix!
Whoa. Now, Sonic Lover Reckless is really interesting because it's a rock duo between the vocalist from Ouroboros named Kamiki Aya and the guitar hero mastermind behind Love Bites, Miyako. And this song was very heavily driven by this face-melting, chugging guitar riff by Miyako, incorporating squealing pinch harmonics, palm-muted chuggy notes. Whoa. Just giving the song a great dynamic texture, featuring all the things we love about metal guitars. And Kamiki's voice is very powerful and full, complements the guitar arrangement very well. To me, it felt like Miyako channeled her inner Steve Vai for this epic guitar solo. And it was really cool to hear this different side of Miyako with a poppier, almost Nemophila-like sound. Love Bites is a very epic sounding band, but every musician has different sides to them, and so Miyako was able to channel that different side through Sonic Lover Reckless. Next we have Babymetal's song Doki Doki Morning. And this was because of a request from Dikodek to watch their cover of this song. But I wanted to see the original first, so I thought, why don't I do this? This is one of the few Babymetal videos you can actually react to on YouTube without getting blocked. But this one was interesting because I came into Babymetal seeing them as this massive group that nearly everyone was inspired by. But this video really shows their roots, their humble beginnings. It was before Kami Band, before big budgets. They just worked with what they had to make the video work, and they were still able to find a way to craft that arrangement that would become their signature sound. And of course, Dikodek was able to capture that same feel with this really impressive tribute they made to Babymetal. Like I said in the reaction, you've gotta respect the amount of effort and work that Dikodek put into the production of that cover. Next was Trico on the Boom. Oh my gosh, those offbeat harmonies, that's gotta be so hard to sing. Now, Trico's a math rock group, so naturally the music completely blew my mind. It was difficult to wrap my head around on first listen, but that gives the song more depth. It definitely makes it more fascinating for any musician to listen to. I could listen to the song 20 times and still it would feel fresh and new to me because there's so much going on, so much to try to wrap my head around. And the twists and turns throughout make it impossible to not have massive respect for all the members of the band just for being able to recreate this live. The only downside is that it will never have mass appeal because it does take so much effort to listen to and just to try to take it in, but I suppose that makes it even more special to the ones who do enjoy it. Now, Linkin Park with Numb. Yes, I have been ridiculed by Rosie for not knowing this song. After hearing it a couple times, I realized I've probably heard it like playing in the background on a radio, like in a store or something at some point in my life, but I had never really listened to it and I had no idea who it was. So after hearing this song, I'm very excited to listen to more Linkin Park because being a big 21 Pilots fan, I love that hip hop rock fusion with really deep introspective lyrics. And I would guess Linkin Park was a huge inspiration to Tyler Joseph, 21 Pilots, but Linkin Park brings a ton of rock to this track, teetering on the edge of being metal. Chester's vocal performance is so moving and soulful. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. And just the dynamic range he shows, going from softer lyrics to screaming and everything in between so well. It was just really moving. Which leads into the next one, Alip Ba Ta's cover of Numb by Linkin Park. So beautiful. Now, Alip went into this cover planning to recreate a song that was already a masterpiece. The powerful emotional lyrics, passionate delivery, the cool hip-hop dancey drums, the fusion with the distorted guitars, that all makes this a really special and interesting song. But Alip's first step in making his cover was to completely strip away all of those things from the song, all of the things that really stood out to me to make it special. And yet, he was able to still craft a magnificent piece of art. It really speaks to the beauty of what's at the heart of this song, the lyrical melodies, and just the chord composition around it. Alip was able to highlight all of that while playing all of those parts on one single acoustic guitar in one take. He's got the bass, the rhythm, harmonies, lead melody, even percussion, all incorporated into a single guitar arrangement, capturing the soul and beauty of the original while being a completely fresh and new work of art. So that's it for my new music, Wave Powder Discovers Week in Review. If you want to discover this new music with me in real time, be sure to go subscribe to my Wave Powder Discovers channel, but only subscribe if you're ready for the challenge. I'm not looking to just pad up my subscribers. I want people who are going to watch the videos and want to discover new music. I'll definitely plan on continuing to bring these little bite-sized chunks of the songs over to the main channel and try to highlight all of the new music in an easy to digest way that everyone can watch and take in even if they don't have that much time, because I know a 10-minute reaction video is a lot to commit to for a band you've never heard of before. So hopefully these videos will help. I'll make sure there's links to every single one of the videos I talked about in the pinned comment and the description, so you can go support these artists if any of these stood out to you. If you really enjoyed any of these new artists, you can always find my full reactions on my Wave Power Discovers channel or on my main channel if it's one of my regular artists that I watch. Anyway, thank you to all my patrons for helping me to keep making these videos. Thank you to everyone who made the requests for these new artists that I discovered this week. And if you'd like to make your own requests, you can always join my Patreon, join my channel membership, or visit my website. Those are all always linked below. Pound like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and ring that buddy bell, and thank you for watching. I'll talk to you next time.